Hello. Um, I just wanted to, well, I haven't been around. I had a terrible week last week. I'm not gonna spend much time talking about this because I've been dealing with it all weekend, but one of my best friends from back home passed away, and he's 24 years old, and so I had to go to the funeral and everything. And so that's been, really rough because I've known the kid since I was in first grade, went through every grade from there on through the end of high school with him, and that's just like really tough, and I've never had to deal with anything like that. And so that's been really rough, but I don't want to dwell and talk about that because I've been thinking a lot about that. And I feel like it's important to be positive and look forward. It's okay and good to look back, and it's okay to feel sad because that's a natural feeling, an emotion. Humans feel sad. We have the emotion for a reason, and that, is all I want to say about that. But it got me to think, and well, one thing it actually made me realize was how, like, it made me realize how much of a human I am. Like, it made me just, because I don't know, in your everyday life, of course, you're human, you're a person, you do your things and whatever, but you don't realize how vulnerable you are to the world and everything that goes on. And I don't know, this particular experience kind of made me realize I'm human. I could die any second. Anyone could. We all have the possibility of that. You don't know, and that's another part, is you just never know. So you got to try and live life how to the fullest. And so I was just thinking about a few things that actually make me feel human, like make me realize this, because among every single thing that societies create, because like all these like human created terms and like labels, such your nationality, your ethnicity, your religion, all this stuff, if you wipe that all away, there is one thing that connects us all, and that is that we are human. Obvious, plain obvious. But I think a lot of people forget that, and they just try and immediately pick out how everyone's different. Like, well, they're not like me because they are poor and they follow this religion and they don't speak my language and whatever. But I think a better way to look at it is like, well, first off, they're human, so I think you should immediately feel compassion for them. It's another human being. I mean, of course, an ill-willed person is an ill-willed person. It doesn't matter where you're from. They're in your country, they're in your community, they're whatever you associate yourself with, they're humans. So they are ill-willed humans. But I think it's important we should all, look at this as like a thing to build off of. So we're connected because we're human beings and we all have this condition, the human condition. We get depressed, we get happy. You don't need to be on pills. It's normal. People get sad, and if you give kids, kid who gets sad one time, like, oh, well, you shouldn't feel this sad, maybe he should feel that sad, you know? Because if he's really feeling it, I mean, I don't want any kids to, commit suicide or anything, but it's okay to feel really depressed. I mean, ask any human who is of a decent age, like, even into their teens, like early teens, they've probably been really upset and really sad or really happy and feel successful in whatever they're doing or something they've done, maybe school, work, whatever. And I feel like this is another thing we should look at. It's like we all have ups and downs, and shouldn't judge people by particularly what makes them happy or what, if you are an atheist and you just totally hate the idea of there being an all-knowing being, who cares if some people believe? I mean, it's not affecting you, it's not changing your ideology, just whatever makes them happy can't be all that bad. And, I mean, obviously there's problems, yeah, drugs make people happy, but, and it's, that's a whole other issue, but in general, just like the things you do with your daily, persona, your feeling how you are as a human, you should strive to be happy, and you should be compassionate for people who are happy and compassionate for people who aren't happy, and understand that, because you don't know like what's inside, like what's going on inside of everyone. Because I was pretty like down all week last week, and if someone would have immediately just been real mean and cold to me, um, which did kind of actually happen. um, I was kind of like whatever, and I didn't get angry and or anything. I just kind of like blew it off. It was like, whatever. I mean, if they can't be nice and whatever, and I didn't tell them what was going on or anything, but like just as like a daily interaction with me, I was like, you just seem like you're kind of miserable right now, and you might have something that I don't know that's going on with you. And so like I didn't get mad or get all defensive and like try and argue or like make a scene or a deal out of it. I just was like, okay, well, I'm gonna let you have your time because you obviously are in some kind of funk or some state of mind that is just not, I could tell you're not happy. And, that sucks. And so I'm just gonna let you do your thing. And so I was thinking a few things that actually make me feel human, very much so. And first of all, compassion. I'm a compassionate person. I care about people. I really do. And um, but there's some simple things that make us all human, and there can be variant to each individual human, but just things that make you, I guess, that you're comfortable with, that you really like, and that make you human. And this hair thing I got going on. A couple things that make me feel human, I guess they almost made me realize they were unhuman things, was when I flew to Europe, I had to be in the air for 10 hours. Like, and that just really almost like made me uncomfortable. It's like human beings are supposed to be in the air for 10 hours at a time. Not supposed to be in the air. We don't actually naturally know how to fly. And so that was like an odd, feeling of just like, wow, I feel out of my zone, out of my natural state. I'm, thousands of feet in the air, just in the air. And yeah, I was in the air. Um, Another thing I guess that makes me feel pretty human is coffee. I love coffee. I mean, and not everyone likes coffee, not everyone likes tea. Some people don't like caffeine and stuff. But this is like, oddly enough, I guess it's a unnatural thing because humans take coffee and we process it and make it how we want. We use it in our own means, by our own means, and use it as a stimulant to get up in the morning. But this is part of my human ritual, I suppose, of a daily, routine, that I enjoy that cup of coffee in the morning, and it makes me get to where I'm going. Another thing that makes me feel pretty unhuman, I guess I'm playing this one off of K-Dog 25's video. She's awesome if you haven't heard of her. I'll put a link down. Um, she's was talking about how it's just, working 40 hours is just not human. Like you spend so much time in a place that you don't want to be, or you're just spending so much time in one particular place that's not your home. And to me, I cook at a restaurant on campus, and I just spend nearly 40 hours a week there. And sometimes I'll be there for like 10 hours at a time, and it's like, I'm like, I spend more time, like, I feel like some days I spend more time there than I do at my own home, my nest, that is the place I am absolutely comfortable in. And I feel, I guess these things, you have to do them, you have to work and stuff, but they make you realize how human you are, because like, pretty much everyone has to do these things, or has, some routine or a daily kind of thing, or weekly, whatever, how often you do whatever you do. And I don't know, I just wanted to name a few things that truly feel human to me, that yeah, I could probably expand on this, because pretty spinning these off the top of my head. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone's doing well. Peace.